Any day, app. Any day. All sorts of mess in the house. Can't get a good shot. There we go. All right. Hey guys. Back again. You know, I'm actually really liking this live video thing. Sorry about all of this and all of this. But this is the downstairs living room. Stuff just doesn't get cleaned down here. So I was going to edit a video about the 54 Chevy. And so I'm looking at the clips they have. And I realized that, yeah, like 3 clips are missing. And so I need to video myself with my camcorder and, you know, some new clips to stick in there. And then so I'm like, oh, okay, so I go get the battery and stuff. Well, the battery said it was mostly full. It lied. It was mostly empty. So, anyway, so I was really wanting to get a video on. So I thought I'd do it now. Yeah, so, all right. So someone asked me the other day, they sent me a picture of a Ford truck, or not a Ford truck, a Chevy truck, and was asking me if I knew what year it was. Hey, thumbs up, buddy. Someone saying hey. This is where I got some of my information. I just wanted to share. I'm totally plugging this. Classic car parts. They have catalog for 1947 to 54. Anyway, and that's pretty much what their truck looked like. And I determined that I thought maybe it was a 49. Because a 49 is when they moved the gas tanks from, I think in the bed behind the cab or underneath to just in the cab behind the seat. And that's where my gas tank is. And I bring that up because that is what I was doing. I was doing a video about cleaning out the gas tank on this truck that I recorded like a year and a half ago. Anyway, a whole bunch of videos gone. Get my camcorder. Let's get back to where I'm supposed to be. Battery's dead. Couldn't do it. Doing a live video. Yeah. So I've repeated myself like 5 times. Sorry. That comes with it. Anyway, I guess the topic of today's video is why did I become a mechanic, which may be mentioned in other videos, and why are there no other female mechanics? Well, I mean, there are, but, you know, like, there's just not really. Or technicians. I'm a technician because I know how to find a problem. Quite frankly, though, I really just don't care. No, I care. But I had a really rough time with my advanced classes because when I started automotive school, I didn't know what a piston was. Yeah, I switched over from art major. But, so first, I'm going to be kind of moving around a lot because if you didn't catch any of my other videos, I fell down the stairs last week. And so my back really hurts. So now we're going to, there's just junk behind me, sorry. We're going to turn this way so I can hold the phone with my other hand. Anyway, so I went into automotive school because, well, of a number of reasons, but mostly it was so I could help out my friends and family if they need it, because there's so many times in my life I could not afford a mechanic. And I had a friend named Josh, whose last name I can't remember, and I'm sure if I looked back through my journals of that time frame, I would find his name. And I could find him on Facebook and say thank you so much, and I've totally been paying it forward because he saved my bacon a number of times. But anyway, yeah, it was really just to help out. I mean, yeah, support my family if needs be, but help those in need first and foremost. And I do a lot of stuff. Sorry, it's late. I try to check out people's cars for free. And lots of times I actually don't have the time to do it because the little ones. And so, yeah. Okay, so let me try and stay focused. This is hard. So why are there not a whole ton of female technicians? Well, to be totally honest, and this may come as a surprise to you, but the garage is a very sexist place to work in. And honestly, I don't really care most of the time. Like, as long as I'm left alone, I don't really care. You know, but I just... guys can be really crude when it's just guys. And I don't really care so long as I can be equally crude without them crying about it. But, you know, they just look at women being stupid and not knowing and, like not knowing anything, not being capable. And it's totally, inaccurate. Oh, saying a little shout out. Hello, Erie Dog. Right here. It's where my little messages pop up. Anyway, so it's really sexist. Also, you have to be like 200 times better than some Joe Schmo that walks in that doesn't really, that may be tinkered around. And now, in defense of bosses, you know, that are looking to interview people, okay, some girls, and I have been one of these girls, not all the time, just there was a bad spot, but some girls are super, super high drama and high maintenance. And they just bring drama with them. Now, I had an issue. I don't like talking bad about past jobs, but here we go. I had an issue with a boss who, if now hindsight being 2020, I would have just let it go. But I was pressured by some other people I worked with who heard me relate something he had said that was really nasty. Just made my stomach turn. And I mean, I can't, for any chance of this getting monetized, I can't possibly tell you what it was about, but it was gross. And anyway, so they made me go to HR and tell them about it. And then so it caused a rift between my boss and I. And then from then on, he treated me like I was his precious little toy no one could play with, but he could screw around with. And that was really frustrating. And then his boss would come down on occasion, and he would act like, oh, I'm so interested, da da da. And this guy that never did his job, like never, and just shortcutted everything to the point of risking people's lives. And so I really had a really hard time with that job. I really wanted to like it, and I wanted to trust him that, you know, like he would be like, oh, we'll go take a 2-hour lunch and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, I don't think so. That sounds like a trap. And so, and it would have been. But if I just hadn't gone to HR and just been like, just ignored this nasty, super nasty comment he'd said, then life would have been a lot easier for me. I actually could have like played around and had a lot of fun. But I mean, more complicated. And then, so he was like, taking all this out on me during the year, and then his boss would come, and all of a sudden he's peachy keen, and I look like the psycho. So now that's my perspective, and he probably has a different perspective, but you know, that's just a situation of why a lot of women don't work as technicians. Also, I think is that maybe it just doesn't occur to them that they can do it. You know, it's one of those things where it's always been a guy's job, so you know, why get into it? But women have a lot smaller hands, generally speaking. Not me. I've got big hands. And, but so we can reach into things that other guys can't. can finesse things a little better. Not so good on the, put your whole body weight into it kind of thing, upper body strength. But, there are pros and cons. But I think women can be really good at diagnosing things. But as far as I'm concerned, it's equal across the board there. I don't think men or women are any better at either. Being a woman in the field does give me an advantage, though, because so many people have to hire so many women or minorities. All right, I'm going to just read some of the comments. Ben says, without them crying about it, yeah, I know, right? Eerie Dog says, all techs cry, and this is true, for different reasons. Ben says, right, can't we just cuss each other out and call it a day? I know, right? Like, if there was just this freedom where it didn't go past, if it wasn't, it's one of those things, like, for me, if I know it's not personal, if I know it's just how someone is, I don't care. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. It is so late for me. It's really not. It's almost 10. I've been up since 7, kids. All right, Gus says, hi, Spank, girls rule, greetings from Colton, California. I don't know where Colton is. Tell me where Colton is, Gus. I've been all over California, but I don't think I know where that is. Anyway, oh, okay. So I'm just going to answer some questions now. Joe and God 1 says, when did you become interested in auto mechanics? Well, so apparently this isn't a national thing, but in Kentucky, where I grew up, it's state law that your junior year of high school, you have to take the ASVAB test. Now, the ASVAB is some sort of acronym for a military wanting to know what you're really good at off the top of your head. You have like 3 seconds to answer every question. And I scored in the top 3% of the state for mechanical. So I was like, that's cool. It just, made sense. And so it kind of went from there. Plus, I don't like being the damsel in distress. I was hiding a yawn. And so, that's kind of why. Eerie Dog. I can't. I'm not going to swear. I do, but not on camera. Oh, 619 Dio fan. Where have you been? Okay, so what's up with the project? The project's kind of on hold because it's cold and snowy, and I'm a fair weather mechanic. But I'm going to be working on it, and I'm going to be filming. Project truck update. Okay, project truck is sitting in the driveway. That's where it is. I have the carburetor off and in the garage, but it's going to be like high of 12 degrees this week. I'm so sorry. And so, I can't, and my husband's working, he works for a food service company. They sell food to restaurants. And he's going, excuse me. So we live in Utah and he works in Park City, and it's Sundance coming up. So until ski season's over, I'm going to try and get it done, but it's going to be rough trying to get the kids watched and just the joys of multitasking. Let's see. Ben says, I yell at my boss at every job, but when they get personal about it, I grin and tell them they're unprofessional. Yeah. Okay. Gary Dog says, yeah, that's a good law every state should have. Yeah, I actually, about taking the ASVAB, I actually had the Air Force calling me, wanting me to be an airline mechanic for them. Okay, Gus says he lives south of San Bernardino. Cowboy Morgan buried there. Oh, cool. I've been to Fontana. In the ghetto. Anyway, so I was gonna do a big like prepared thing about it, but I don't have anything to put my phone on. Oh, did we get so tired? I don't want to edit this and I can't. Yeah. So anyone else? There's like 14 people watching. Someone else has got to have a question. I feel bad dragging these out like this, but I like the interaction. It's like I'm talking to actual adults. Let's see. Okay, so some cons of being a female tech is constant sexual harassment. Now, there's the kind of sexual harassment that's kind of funny and you're just teasing. That I don't have a problem with. What I have a problem with is guys who are like really aggressive and creepy about it. And it's not like, oh, well, he's unattractive, he's being creepy, because I joke with a lot of guys that would never, ever hook up with a million years. But, I don't know how to explain it. There's a certain finesse to it. I worked at a place one time, and sexual harassment was an art form, and so and I won one day. You won a prize if you were the best, had the best comment. It was pretty awesome. Yeah, I think that though a big reason that I don't enjoy working in shops so much is I'm really worried I'm going to screw something up, because I don't really have all that huge amount of like, okay, like my friend Brian from Brightman's Mobile One. Brian has been changing tires at least since he was 8, because that's what his dad was a mechanic. So he had him changing tires at 8 years old, and of course, Brian's incredibly smart, and he, you know, it's a lot deeper than just having known it for some time, but I don't have that background. Like, my background was art, and then, I think I'll go into auto mechanics. Automotive school. That's what I did. It was awesome. And so, anyway, I'm always afraid I'm going to screw stuff up. So I actually worked with Brian in his garage for a little bit. And he would double check everything, because it's his name going out on it, you know, which I didn't have a problem with. And actually I preferred it, because I was so worried about screwing something up, because I was just kind of, you know, I was out of practice, but also, you know, fresh off the boat kind of thing. And so a lot of insecurities, I think, is what we're getting to. I walked into one place to ask if they were hiring, and they had a help wanted sign, and they just looked at me and go, "No, we're not hiring you." And I was like, "Holy crap!" Oh, this is awesome. And yeah, it was that was fantastic. That was here in Utah, where people are generally nice, I guess. So anyway, yeah, then I went to another shop that someone told me I should check out, and the guy looked at me and he was like, "Well, do you know what this part is?" He said some part. I'm like, "Well, yeah," because, you know, it was like a tie rod end or something, and he's just like, "Well, I don't think you do, and this is the end of the interview. You need to leave." And I was like, "Holy crap!" Okay, I was not destined to work there. Okay, so question right there, Joe and God 1, are you gonna make videos with Brian again? Yeah, Brian doesn't live very far away. Sorry, I have an itch. And we get together when we can. It really has more to do with his schedule. But he's one of those people that he has a hard time saying no to people. And so then he gets caught up in a lot of stuff. And yeah, and he hates that. I told him he needs to say no more often. But I'm hoping we're going to go to International Car Show coming up in a couple weeks. We went last year and it was really fun. And we're going to do some videos. But now that I have like Instagram and all this stuff, I have more stuff going on. I'll have more to report about it. Dio fan, I have been around, but I don't always post comments. Try and stay up on what you're doing. Okay. If you guys aren't posting comments, shame on you. But make sure I don't know what they've done. I haven't been able to talk to Brian to figure out. But next to where it says subscribe, there's a little bell for notifications. Click on that. You'll get a notification when I've posted a video. And somehow I might get money. I don't know. My money all goes back into my YouTube. So it's not like you're, supporting my family. Okay, Erie Dog says, okay, even after 15 years, I wake up in a cold sweat wondering if I tightened a bolt on a car I worked on 3 days ago. Okay, so here's what happened. One year when this is the last year I worked in Alaska, I had a 93 Explorer, and it was what I used in automotive school to work on. And Gus, that's really distracting. Thank you. I don't know. People are dumb, but that's okay. Things have worked out the way they should. Now I'm super distracted. Okay, so I drove it up to Alaska from Utah, and then drove it all over Alaska all summer from like March until Thanksgiving. Come back, and it starts like making this noise driving through Canada, and I was like, oh man, something's really wrong. And I couldn't quite place what it was. It sounded like maybe it was an exhaust thing, like something was shaking really bad, but it didn't make sense because it was kind of going with the speed of the vehicle, and I was just like, I can't figure out what it is. So we pull over and mechanic, because it is like 10, 20 below zero, it's freezing. So we stop somewhere in BC and have someone look at it, and this guy goes, oh yeah, your exhaust is just loose. And I was like, oh, okay. So we paid him like the $50 or whatever and left, or maybe it was like 20. But anyway, I was just like, all right, that doesn't make any sense. And it didn't get any better. He was basically just like, stop whining, girl, and get on your way. But really driving through the middle of nowhere. And so anyway, so we get to Seattle because we went that route. And on, what freeway is it? It's one that goes north and south. It's like the 9 or the 95 or something. Anyway, it's like a short number. It's a little number. Anyway, whatever it is, that runs north and south in Seattle, the driveline dropped out. The front yoke fell off on the freeway. And what lane am I in? Left lane, because I'm passing someone. I'm trucking through there. And anyway, so it falls out, and luckily it didn't smash and destroy the rear differential. But I was like, holy crap. So it was just the bolts had come out. Oh, okay, when you're going to do a bolt like that, just use a little Loctite. Not red, but use a little Loctite. Because holy crap, I was so pissed. Because it's like I stopped and asked someone. But it lasted the whole summer and stuff, and I remember using my torque wrench and making sure it was torqued appropriately, and it totally was. But I don't know. So anyway, yeah. So that was an exciting thing. And then the guy in Seattle, he's in the Northgate area, didn't do a good job fixing the transmission, and it ended up going out like 6 months later. Fantastic. What am I going to do? Haul it from Michigan, where it went out, all the way back to Seattle so it can get fixed? Yeah, just let it go. But anyway, well, 24 minutes seems like quite enough. Ben, thanks for your comments. I see you right there. I see you. Yeah, I should probably wrap this up. So okay, you know what? Since I have you guys hostage here, okay, this is my my camcorder. If anyone has a cord, I don't even know if they make them, but a cord that plugs into this, so I can not have a battery on the back. The battery's not on right now because it's charging, but I have to have the battery full, and then run my videos off of this. Oh, no, I don't. I can just pull out the SD card. Stupid. SD card slot. Oh my gosh. It's work. But no, actually there's stuff that's not on the SD. So, wait, Eerie Dog says, what is your strangest animal-caused issue you found during a diagnosis? None. I haven't had that issue. But, I mean, you got to realize that I'm super inexperienced. Like, really bad. This is why I try to stay really humble about things. I try not to get upset. So, I graduated from automotive school, went into Alaska, and my last year up there, or when I finished automotive school, I worked as a diesel and regular gas engine mechanic, and then I moved to Michigan, on Mackinac Island, where there are no motorized vehicles, and then to Utah, where no one would hire me because I'm a girl, and then anyway, got pregnant, and that was just the end of that. And then about 2 years later, I worked with Brian, and then kind of started getting back in the roll of things. So, Gus says, hey, Spank, happy birthday to you and your family. Blessings to your baby. Thank you. He's not so much a baby. He's almost 18 months. Yeah, Happy New Year, guys. Yeah, by the way, it's New Year's Day. Happy New Year's. They stayed up and watched Rick and Morty last night. Anyway, but yeah, let's just wrap this up. So, thanks for watching. Be sure to go back to, if you're watching this later, I mean, if you're watching now, go to your YouTube channel, go to my page, and click the notifications button. And then if I ever figure out what that all is about, I will tell you about it. David Squall 351. Hey, where you been? Sounds like you like cold winters. I do. I found the older I get, I like putting more clothes on than taking them off. So, not so much about that. When you have little kids, it's just like, it's ruined all this down here. It's all ruined. So, yeah, I like clothes. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to subscribe, notification button. You can follow me on Facebook, channel D6 Spanky. Just D6 Spanky on Instagram, Google+, Twitter. I'm not like super heavy on those. Instagram's what I use the most, and Facebook's kind of when someone comments, and yeah. So comment, click like, subscribe, blah blah blah, all that, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Have a good one. Happy New Year.